Hi, everybody. Welcome to the swamp. Welcome, my lovely guest, Miss Silvia from Colorful Foresight. I apologize. We started yakking backstage and completely lost track of time. I looked over at the clock and I was like, oh, shit, it's 10 after.
We can always chit chat. That's not a problem.
Yeah, I mean, we started yakking with each other and just completely lost track of time. Thank y'all for coming and spending some time with us tonight. Um, please make sure you go over to Sylvia's channel and you hit subscribe and you like and you share. The link for her channel is in the description box below. And while you're there, hit a thumbs up for me. That's always nice.
Yeah.
And
But otherwise, look, we got all these woo-woo people. They're already here.
yeah, we got a bunch. We already got 32 people in the room, so that's kind of cool. So hello to everybody. Edward, Cynthia, Beautiful Butterfly, Emily, Carol, Maureen, Mary, Amy, KL, another Carol, Terry, Gordian Knot, TC is here. Yay. And
where's everybody from? Can you put it in a comment? I'm from Queens, New York.
Like you can't tell when she talks. She's a New Yorker. Just like people can't tell that I'm from the South. I mean, who'd have figured, right?
You know what's funny though? Even though you have a Southern accent and I have a New York accent, it's not heavy. There's like heavy New York, even though I have it, and then a heavier Southern accent. So we're like right in between.
Yeah, I've had a lot of people be like, well, I can tell you're Southern, but I can't tell where you're from. And I'm like, okay.
Like, you said you travel, you lived in a few places, that's why.
Yeah, well, I've lived from Texas to Florida, up and down the Gulf Coast. So I've lived on the Gulf Coast all my life. And like with a lot of coastal cities, you get a lot of people from all different areas of the globe that live there or visit. And so you kind of pick up the way they say certain words, you know. My late husband was a Mississippi boy, so he had a Mississippi accent, and I used to tease him about. And but yeah, so we're just gonna do a little of this and a little of that.
Wow, look at it! Everybody's sharing where they're from. Oh wow, you got a lot.
Oh, cool!
You got
Boston, Oregon, California,
Oregon,
Florida, Queens, another Queens, Erie, PA.
Bonjour.
There's my Cajun cousin, Katie and Proud. She's up in Nova Scotia. And so thank y'all for coming. I'm so glad you came to Tennessee's in the house. Yeah. And I was so glad. Kansas City. Oh wow. Wisconsin. Man, we got people from all over the place here. Pittsburgh, PA. Awesome. Iowa.
Iowa.
I'm calling out states and not names. Close enough. Okay. So yeah, North Dakota, Michigan, Florida, UK.
You Canadian, thank you for loving us anyway, regardless of how crazy president.
Yes. Quebec,
I you.
Michigan, and yeah, so we do appreciate y'all coming and supporting us and coming and hanging out with me and Sylvia. We haven't been able to do a show together in a while. I mean, we just both been busy doing our thing, and
you're the one that's really the busy one. No, I'm okay, but
I still around a lot too. So don't you start that. I see you here, there, and everywhere. You know.
Why don't you show everybody your new glasses? It's so pretty.
Oh, let me put on my new glasses. I just got them yesterday. Got home, put them on, all excited, and realized they put the wrong prescription lenses in them.
But they're pretty.
So they're having to reorder the lenses. So these are my new glasses, and as y'all can see, they're blue with a tip of beige on the end, but they're blue all the way around, and I love the color. You really can't tell that much, but it's blue, even the wire around it.
Yeah.
And I love the way they fit. I mean, they're like they were made for my face.
They look good.
It's so rare you find a pair of glasses that just fit. They didn't have to adjust them, nothing. thing we got wrong is they put the wrong lens prescription in them. So they had to order new lenses today. And as soon as they come in, then
So who else
I'll run them down to the doctor and they'll pop out those lenses and put in the right ones. And then I can see what I'm looking at. It's right now they've got my distance lenses in there. So if I wanted to drive or something, they're perfect. But to look at the computer, I can't see anything.
I know.
So it's like, okay, that kind of defeats the whole point of getting the new glasses. So
who else wear glasses?
Thank you, everybody. Huh?
I wear hearing aids and glasses. I always make a joke that I'm so grateful to be born at this time because, back in the day, in the cave woman time, and man, if you were considered weak, they would hit you ahead. Without my hearing aids and my glasses, I can't see, I can't hear. So, like Silvia, boom.
Yeah, we don't need her around. She's just a hassle. Thank you, all the people who have been sending such beautiful messages for the kittens. My cat had kittens this week.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't even know she was pregnant. Had no clue. Because she's an indoor cat. I mean, every now and again, she manages to sneak out. And evidently she got caught.
Free, you can have a party.
Yeah, I'm telling you, we didn't even know she was pregnant. She never even looked pregnant. She didn't act like a pregnant cat, nothing. And we had no clue until Monday when she started giving birth. We're like, oh my God. And so one of them, she had 5 total. One of them was stillborn, which was really sad. And then the smallest one of the group passed last night. He just wasn't strong enough because they look preemie. They're like tinier than normal kittens. They're like they could fit into half of my hand. They're so tiny. And who's requesting a wrench? Oh, okay. I can do that. And did it work? I had something pop up just as I was doing it, so there's no telling. Yeah, she's got a wrench by her name now. Okay, Cynthia, you are now a moderator. And thank you for volunteering. Well, you can never have too many mods, Huh?
Anybody, crazy, just hit them in the virtual head.
Yeah, just throw that wrench at them. Say, hey, behave. And somebody sent me a new desk chair.
I know. Can you believe it?
Don't know who it is, but it's like I can actually sit back now.
Show it.
Support my back, and it looks like it might be like a drafting chair because I'm sitting in it and it's at the lowest possible point. But it's like a really nice chair. It's even got like a rail around the bottom I can hook my feet on, and so now I can sit back and my top half isn't hitting against the desktop. So
she don't know who sent it to her. So that person,
I have no clue. Yeah, I mean, thank you. I don't know who sent it. It just showed up. I got a message from UPS. Your delivery was made. I'm like, delivery? What delivery? I haven't ordered anything. And then my son's like, yeah, you got a delivery. And I'm like, well, what is it? He says, what do you mean, what is it? Don't you know? And I said, no, I didn't order anything. He's like, oh, well, then I'll wait till you get home so you can be surprised. He says, because I got to put it together for you. And so then I was really like, put it together for me. What on earth? A chair was like the last thing on my mind. What possibly could have been. So, yes, Mary Avilia, you can ask questions. All I ask is that you put them all in caps so that I can see them. Because I'm still in my old glasses now. So, one more thing real quick before we get going. I wanted to put this up. This is one of the nonprofit groups that are they're forensic computer experts. I mean, this is what they do. And these people that formed this particular group, they all had to leave their jobs because their jobs would not let them go public with what they're finding out and keep their jobs. So they had to make a decision. And there are like 4 or 5 other groups very much like this around the country that are doing the same kind of work of going over the election and looking at what happened. They're finding evidence that it was not just a little bit messed with, it was a lot messed with. Votes manipulated. I first found out about this group. I watch a podcast a couple times a week called Christopher Titus. He's a comedian and he's funny as hell. And he was talking about it one week on his show that he saw this guy on another podcast and was like, you know, I'm trying to get in touch with him, get him on our show, because this guy is like, he's finding evidence that, yeah, they manipulated the election. And so they got the guy on and they had so much information they went through that they had to turn it into 2 shows because of how much information was there. The Election Truth Alliance.org, they also have a YouTube channel. You can go to the YouTube channel, and I forgot to put that link in there, and to keep up with new information they get. But they've not only found evidence of manipulation, they've been able to replicate it. They've been able to prove it not just in our country, but in Russia and in Serbia and in I want to say Croatia, and that's not the right name. But there were several European countries that just had elections the last couple of years that had massive manipulation going on. And so they're able to look at those elections, compare them to our elections, and they're seeing the same results. Basically, what they're seeing is it looks like the way it worked. Now, this was not only on machines that you vote on. You know, some machines, it's like a touch screen. You go in, you on the machine, and it logs your vote. But there are also what they call tabulation machines. That's for people who vote by mail or who still do paper ballots at their place. And then they feed those papers into a tabulation machine, which then reads the information and tabulates the results. Well, they have found massive manipulation and fraud on both kinds of machines, different brands of machines across the US. Now, one group in Rockland, New York has already filed a lawsuit. I think Nevada is getting ready to do the same. There are, it's across the country. It really is. But I went to the website and I started looking at all of their evidence. And it was like, holy mother of God, they actually did it. The thing of it is they tried to do it in 2016 or in 2012, Obama's last run.
Oh, really?
And it just wasn't, they didn't have it right. And then for 2016 against Hillary, they, looking at some of it, they managed to manipulate some of it. But a lot, I think, of what happened with the race with her is that people didn't really know who Donald was. And so they thought, yeah, well, I don't like her, so we'll vote for him and see what happens. I think that happened with a lot of people. And then in 2020...
I'm going to say, I could believe Donald had better chance in 2020 because he even knew. We didn't know how, how
that was 2016.
I mean, 2016, I'm sorry.
2020 is when we ran against Joe Biden.
Yeah. No. I'm sorry.
It didn't work in 2020 because, one, they didn't have the parameters on on the machines to kick in with flipping votes. They didn't have their parameters correct.
Right.
And most importantly, the majority of the country in 2020 voted by mail.
Yeah.
Because of COVID.
Well, I voted in mail.
Yeah, I've been voting by mail for 20 years. So I can't remember the last time I went to an actual voting booth. But in 2024, they have found massive amounts of manipulation, I guess is the best way to put it. For entertainment purposes only, YouTube. I'm only repeating what the experts have said. And so what they're going to be able to do with it, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, and we all knew that. I mean, those of us readers who we were getting completely different messages were like, how the hell could we have got that wrong? Well, we didn't, because Kamala Harris actually really won. They just managed to manipulate the vote, and how they did it in most areas where they had parameters set up so that as when a candidate hit a certain percentage of votes, the machines automatically, the algorithm clicked and it started flipping votes. So every vote for her went to him. And it's really just mind-boggling what they've been able to find out, what they've been able to pull out from the machines. The fact that they've been able to replicate how it was done. Now, what are they going to do with this? I mean, they're going to go public with it. What the government's going to do with it, I don't know. I don't know what the laws are for something like this, because it's never happened before. So we'll have to wait. And I think a lot of it will just depend on what is the response to everyone else. And
well, you know what to say, Cherry? Thank you for educating on that. Make me happy, because that everybody getting together. I'm thinking the government knows, but here we go. On my BlueSky, start telling, could we have some people from outside the USA here? I start telling them, can you please post and talk about Kamala? The election was stolen, because in the USA they keep limiting it. And I said it benefits you, because you know the far right movement is a global issue. So, just in case they could care less, it does benefit you guys. So, because look, we the people, like what happened with Elon Musk around the world, it's we the people, not the politicians. So if you are from outside the USA, please talk about it. And especially if you go on election truth alliance and things like that, because in the USA they're being suppressed or limited, because Seven had a lot of people that So it's perfect what she said. Like, this is great. Different people with their brilliance getting together, figuring this out. So am I talking?
Yeah, I mean we all knew something wasn't right. The math wasn't mathing. No. We couldn't have had thousands of psychics that were all getting the same damn message to be wrong.
Right.
It was it was like, okay, something's just not right here. And we knew it, we felt it, and we just didn't know how to go about trying to prove it, because the last thing most of us on the left wanted to do was to sound like he did in 2020 with, well, it was stolen and then so a lot of people went to the other extreme to not say that and not push it.
Right.
Where in fact they should have been insisting for recounts, and machine checks and whatnot. So there's that. And keep talking, because I'm trying to scan back for questions here.
Hold Oh yeah, you know what? Since
Yeah, we've got quite a few questions here, so I'm trying to go back and star them real quick.
I just want to really not only thank the American people, but really the people from outside of USA that's supporting USA, because you know how serious it is. There are people who are so clueless here in the USA still, because they've been so brainwashed. But if you are being on top of it and you're paying attention, not because it's such a, it's like, you know, a reality TV, but it's freaking real. So, you know, I appreciate your support. Especially we have a president that not treating you likely your country well. So I'm glad that you're aware that it's just the power. You know what it taught me? How, I mean, I don't do it now, but how I used to judge the Russian and the Chinese. You gotta separate the two. It's not the Chinese people, the Russian people. It's their government.
It's the leadership, yeah, their government,
Right, because we're
which
like
is
now we're like that. We're like technically like them, where they're like, oh, the
well,
American, but it's the government. But
yeah. I mean, it's truly
47.
upsetting to realize that we're now the bad guys.
Yeah, but you know, it's like,
Basically, that's how the rest of the world is starting to look at us, like we're
right,
the bad guys. And it's not the American people that they're looking at like that, it's the leadership. Because they're smart enough to understand that it's the leadership that is making these kind of decisions. It's not the people. They're not getting supported with this crap that they're doing. People are, I mean, yesterday there were massive protests at the Capitol
oh yeah,
over knocking out Medicaid, the
oh right,
$800 billion cut to Medicaid and Medicare, and I don't know whatever else they're trying to pull. And they actually had police come in and arrest the protesters. These were people in wheelchairs and stuff, and they're like zip tying them to their wheelchair. I'm like, what you think they're going to run away? I mean, what is the point? Cruelty is the point.
it's like a Twilight Zone. I watch and I'm like, is this for real? Are we really in this? You know, so crazy.
Exactly. It's you feel like you've woken up in Twilight Zone. You know, it's like
Yeah,
what the hell happened? It's very
it's for real. But guys, it's real. I mean, everything is illusion. If we're gonna get woo woo, come on, woo woo, right? We're all woo woo here, but woo, okay. But it's like we're dealing with illusion, but it's freaking real. It's so, oh yeah.
yeah. Okay, so I'm almost to the bottom of the list here, trying to make sure I haven't missed anybody that's asked a question.
Well, there was a lot.
Yeah, we're up to 18 at this point. So at this point now, um, questions are closed just because we'll be here until the cows come home.
You want to
We
be the
can tell you
name? They
questions.
know. The
I'm getting ready to do that because members go first, donations go second, and
cool.
then everybody else. So if you're a member, you kind of pop to the front of the line. That's part of the privilege of paying for membership. So membership has privileges, as American Express says. And so, all right, so moderators, y'all are now on duty. If anybody comes in asking a question, just let them know questions are now closed because we have so many. And there may be several that are repeats, and so it may dwindle down a little bit, but let's see.
And you know what you guys could do? Some of you are woo woo and you're like practicing. You could kind of like look at the question that comes up and see what you hear intuitively. That way, you kind of play along.
Yeah, if you're a reader, or if you just get messages from spirit, put it in the chat, man. I have no problem with that at all.
That way, it makes it more fun for you if you're not part of the 18 people.
Exactly. Okay. Edward, looks like you're first, my darling, because you remember.
Oh.
And so let's see. Companies also approve software changes. And yeah, part of the issue with the machines, because a lot of them were coming back with, oh yeah, but these aren't online. These aren't online. Da 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 da. It's like, yeah, but they get plugged in online every morning to set them up to go and calibrate them for the day. And that's how the wonky information got input into the machines. This is what they explained, how I understand it. So, all right, this wasn't exactly a question, but Edward did have a question. So we're going to put that up. And I just want to make sure real quick that there's no more duplicates on that. And just a general reading, please. Okay. Probably would have helped if I'd gotten cards out, huh? Cards. I need cards. Okay. All right.
I'm a little shy. Now acting like I'm so shy. I haven't been acting like I'm shy. But it's so funny because Sherry and I were saying how we're really kind of shy, but you would never know it in front of the camera.
I've always been the wallflower. The person that hung in the back. Unless I knew people in the room.
And here we
are. Most people wouldn't even have known. If you would have told me, 5, 6, 7 years ago that I would have been doing this, I would have laughed in your face and said, yeah, right. That's going to happen. Well, obviously that did happen. So, but it's still kind of weird sometimes for me. It's like, it just.
I don't know what's going on with Edward, but Edward, your luck is changing. You weren't focused at first, but you're getting better at your focus. I got the focus. I got the good luck. And not only that, you're like, I don't know. I keep getting your luck. It's getting even better because you got the 6 of Wands, which is somebody who's rocking it. You're like the King of Pentacles and the 8 of Swords. So somehow you went through a mental shift, and that's been helping a lot. Before, you went through a period of time where you felt like kind of down out of luck. But there's some kind of focus you did, and you're feeling it too. The thing, you're starting to feel the vibe is better. So I'm happy for you. What do you think, Edward? Not Sherry. Edward? No. Okay.
Well, we're starting out with judgment.
Oh.
And so this is, you've been doing a little bit of self-assessment. Mm-hmm. As you're growing, as you're awakening, as what is getting stronger and stronger. Because we're all psychic, y'all. We all have these gifts. It's just how in tune you are with them. But it's also, when you're dealing with judgment, you're also looking at letting go of the past, things that happened in your past. Let it go, move on. Because then we go to the 7 of Cups, which is making choices, daydreaming, looking for new and exciting opportunities that are coming your way. So as you get rid of stuff, you start looking for new stuff, start growing and start learning. And then I end up with the Hermit. In the process of getting rid of the old, accepting some of the new, and trying to move forward, there's still going to be things that are going to be brought more to the front for you to be aware of. And the Hermit is kind of like you going off on your own a little bit in isolation to really sort of go deep down into your psyche of where am I going? What am I doing? Why am I doing X, Y, or Z? How do I want to make that change? How do I want to make that different? It all kind of works together. You got to let go of that old crap, then you got to start looking for the new crap. And then when all of that starts mixing and mingling, that's when you got to kind of tend to pull back and go, okay, let's get this straight in my head, what I'm doing here. And so yeah, I mean, to me that's fairly good between what Sylvia had and what I've had, you know.
I was feeling good. It was feeling good, but you could tell you
Yeah,
went through a time that you were like,
exactly. All right. And
Remember, it's all for entertainment purposes, y'all. Remember, use your intuition. It's wonderful you listening to the people reading you. Always go back to you. Because I went through a period of time, and I still do. I rely on others. And it's fun, but always go back to yourself.
that's it.
Hi, Karen. You know, Karen.
Oh yeah. All right, Cheryl, you're next.
Oh, okay.
Cheryl's a member, so she's next up. Will my son find someone to love? Well, if I quit throwing cards on the ground,
You know
that
what,
will help.
Shirley?
Mm.
Cheryl, and it's not like I have to. I mean, it's so relative what disability is, but like I'm hearing impaired, and I had challenges growing up about that, and it's also because I'm not deaf. There's a difference between being deaf where you can't hear at all, and hearing impaired. I went to school for the deaf, but then they told me you have to go to normal, regular school because I was signing, which I don't know because I have nobody to play with, and I wasn't speaking. And I was 4 or 5 years old. You're supposed to speak. That's what all the deaf did. So they put
Yeah.
me into a normal, regular school. And so because of that, I didn't have that. I always felt so different. And I would go, but as I got older, I realized it's just a hearing. So people with disability, but I know there's different levels. So he has an opportunity. He's actually very wise, your son. That's what I'm getting. He's just a wise person. Because he got the enlightenment. So yeah, it he may surprise you, by the way, Cheryl. But he is a little defensive. It's something that disability people have. We have a little bit of like, because we always feel a little different. But once he overcomes that, we got the 9 of coins, somebody who's self-reliant. So he's probably just used to being self-reliant, but a little defensive, and he holds in. So once he realized that the disability, it's a way of thinking. Because, guys, have you seen people like, I'll complain about myself. There are people who like have no arms or they have no teeth in their relationship. So it's all like a mindset. They are, and then it's all about energy. So I think gonna be a little bit more time because he still got to figure out about his worth. But there is an opportunity coming.
There
And
you
it
go.
once he matures. So he's in a time period when it's about him understanding about that, if that makes sense. So he will find someone to love. And you pray every day, that's important. So
Yeah. And
yeah.
it's not just him being
Oh
prepared
yeah,
and ready for
that's
someone to
right.
come in their life, but whoever it is that's supposed to be with him, they have to be prepared and ready to come into his life.
Yeah.
So you got to come at it from both directions there. I pull for you, grace is activated in your life, or in his life, I should say. And basically he's talking about second chances. Second chances are available to everyone. He could be at a turning point right now. There's a point of kind of a rebirth and a regeneration whenever things start changing on the inside of you, you start changing on the outside of you. I'm picking up a lot of goodness in his heart. He's very loving, very caring. Yeah. See right there. Um he's operating on a very high vibration. And so this is where
That up. Look at that enlightenment. That high.
there you go. Don't For you, Mom, don't push. Okay? Because you don't want him to get defensive and start putting up walls. Because then he's not going to see or hear the right person as they come along. So, yeah, there you go. The Nine of Wands, perfect example. What they're telling me is you want to give him enough space for him to come to his own realizations of what it is he wants in his life. And when spirit gets him ready and gets the person that's supposed to be with him ready, they will bring them together. And, one Monday you're going to be like, when is he ever going to meet somebody? And Wednesday he's like, oh my God, Mom, I met the one. I mean, it can happen that fast. It could take a little while. They don't give me a date on this. They just say that for now, he is in the process of activating grace in his life. And so as that becomes activated, as he starts dealing with that on his level of what he needs, then that's what's going to put out there into the universe for the person meant for him to start preparing to meet him from the other side. And so that's what I'm getting. I really feel like, yeah, he's going to find somebody. Now, is it going to happen 2:00 tomorrow? No. If it did, I would fall down and faint. But I mean, never say never, right? Maybe he meets somebody at 2:00 tomorrow. I don't know. But I'm just saying. I'm just saying that give him breathing space. Okay. I'm a mom. My son's 41 years old. He's not married. He has no kids. So I'm like, okay, I'll never be a grandmother at this rate. Although God only knows he could surprise me in 3 months at a time. But I mean, and he's had girlfriends. I mean, technically he was married for a short while back when he was in the Navy. It just didn't work. So, they wound up getting divorced, which I'm so happy. I didn't like her. I worked really hard to not put my feelings I was getting off of her onto him.
That's good.
And it's hard. It's hard when your child falls for someone and you're like, no, run the other way. But you got to let them make those choices and make those mistakes and learn from them. So I was probably 100 times happier the day he got divorced as I was the day he got married. Which is a terrible thing to say about your child, but there you go. All right, let's see who we got next.
Guys, I wish I was that kind of psychic because they're really gifted people out there, and there's so many levels. Where they're like March of 2028, like I wish or they're like it's valid.
Oh yeah, I see people just drop of a hat. They'll tell you, oh yeah, in 2 months, 2 weeks, 3 years, whatever. And it's like, how does that work for you? It doesn't work for me like that.
Yeah.
But
Valerie, I think her name's going to be Valerie. I'm like,
yeah.
But by the way, that's the point of my channel. They are really gifted psychic like that. And then there's primitive people like
and then there's the rest of us.
Some folks, there are, there's always somebody better than you, and that's ego, and then somebody who's a little bit below you. But the point of Colorful Foresight is that everyone has it, so you all have it. But some of you've been lucky with they're so, they are so, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, there's some people it just comes right out. It's like, how, and it's just because they're just tuned in differently. They've been at it longer. Something may have occurred in their life that like plugged it in, and all of a sudden they're getting all this information and don't know what to do with it, as opposed to some of us who've always had it and tried to pretend like it didn't exist. And then when you finally start opening the door back up, you're like, okay, well, come on.
Yeah, but you know what it is? Because we created a lot of that wall, so to speak.
Yeah.
We have to uncover and things like that. So,
oh yeah.
Next, who's next?
All right. Next up, we've got Jackie, who is also a member and would like a general reading, please. You got it. And thank y'all again for coming tonight and being with us. I do appreciate it. Let me flip over here so I can see what people are saying. Oh, hey, Water Lily. I didn't see you in there. All right. If you're ready, Silvia, go for it.
Jackie had like some kind of I don't know, the people around her, whether it's family or little people around, they're draining your energy. So now
got a couple of energy vampires around you,
where you're gathering your energy because the energy is moving, and you're okay. So here we got energy coming. So, and here you're self-caring. So you finally got to a point where you're figuring out, or are in the process of figuring out, or it could be the spirit guide reminding you. You got to figure that out, getting that energy in, because you will be able to move forward from it. The things around your environment, it's saying ancestries. I don't know if it's literally family, but the people around you that draining your energy, because you got the power grid here. However, just a reminder, get your energy going. Self-care with the Queen of Pentacles and the two shell paths. So you're in a period of time where things are moving forward.
Absolutely.
Also, you tend to like not, maybe you don't like confrontation or something like that. Because you got the Knight of Swords, to the person who's running. So you got to find the power within you, the Queen of Wands. You could kind of see like, the person having the power from within. So sometimes you just having this message to hear. Just remember, you have the power from within. You could do it. So what do you got?
I pulled infinite possibilities.
Okay.
And so basically this is talking about good things coming your way. Anything is possible, making a wish. Yes. It's a yes card, in-depth reflection that can lead to infinite possibilities. And it talks about deep in your heart, things are coming your way, things are working, things are growing, things are happening because of your unwavering faith in what spirit can bring. I mean, you go back to biblical scripture of what Jesus said. If you have but the faith of a mustard seed, you can move the mountain. Now, for those that don't know, a mustard seed is like a little sesame seed you see on a bagel. They're bigger than a mustard seed. They're itty bitty, little bitty things. And if you have just that much faith, complete faith, you can do things that would blow people's minds. We see it all the time with people who manage to perform feats of impossibility, car's on fire and you manage to wrench the door open and yank somebody out. And you're like, how the hell did I do that? I don't have the strength for that. Or people who have flipped cars to get somebody out. I mean, and I don't know why they put that picture in my head, but that's what they put. So that's for someone out there. If it's not for Jackie, it's for one of y'all. Anything that we say, if it resonates with you, then that's meant for you as well.
Jackie did say what family, so it's something with the family. It resonate. Yeah. Okay, awesome.
Yeah. So
You can do it, Jack.
Just Jackie's very in tune. I mean, I've known her for a while now, and she's she's really in tune. And
you're in tune.
When it's like, try to play an instrument that's not tuned. What does it sound like? It's noise. You can't close your ears fast enough. But when you tune it up and you're in tune, then whatever it is that flows out of you flows to everyone. And it creates that harmony with everybody. And it opens up for those infinite possibilities. Anything can happen. So keep tuning, keep in tune. That helps you go right along.
Jackie, so if you're in tune, I don't know how Six of Swords, the two shall pass. So you'll be able to do it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Okay, Maureen is next. Maureen is a member. So Maureen, she's up next and would like a general reading, please.
Maureen.
D'Amico. Is it D'Amico or D'Amico? Which way are you supposed to say it?
D'Amico or D'Amico. Woohoo!
Anita, darling, if I can get to you, I will add you at the bottom of the list, but we've had questions closed for a little while now. But I make no promises at this point because we're pretty loaded. And thank y'all for letting her know that, so that she's aware that we're not just ignoring her,
I like that. Play, love.
Yeah, isn't that a great channel name? Play, love, remember. All right.
Maureen.
Whenever you're ready.
No, Maureen, haven't been feeling so abundant lately. I don't know if they mean it literally abundant in reverse. So abundant doesn't literally have to be about money. Could be about the ability to manifest. So maybe been like challenged, like, I can't manifest lately. I want to manifest, right? Because you're like having all these ideas you want in your life with the Wonder card. Could here you're going to manifest all these, but you haven't been feeling that. Because you've been waiting and waiting and waiting. It's like, is it going to come here? That kind of thing. And then you have the Eight of Cups, which is like, I think you're going to start. Okay, you're going through a challenging time because you also have the Ten of Swords. So we're going to ask, what are we going to do about this? Well, okay, so you're feeling kind of like, I'm not feeling like I'm moving. My health had not been so hot lately. Okay. So that makes sense.
All right.
So, okay, so now we're going to see your health situation here. I'm not really doing health, but we're going to do this. So your health is not, but you're going to balance it out. So, you're needing a lot of rest. It's actually your emotional health that's affecting you more than anything, but you have to rest. So what I'm asking is, what do we really want to say to Maureen about this? Okay. So what would be the message for Maureen about feeling? So in abundance, we're going to make it feeling vitalized.
Let me throw mine in there, and it might help you wrap up yours.
Yeah, we got
Because
this.
what I got was activate appreciation.
So I'm thinking maybe you need to really understand about. She's talking about activation. So the power of healing. You know.
Yeah, is activate appreciation. Talking about practicing gratitude, sacred reverence, humility, dropping ego, trusting the universe, prayer, petitioning miracles. It says now is the time to focus on gratitude for your life and for the mystery that brings it all together. Start small and then just go upwards from there. A good way of practicing gratitude is simply by walking with awareness. Um, and what was the other piece I saw here?
So again, you got the judge going with
Yeah,
the judge, the justice card, and the yin and yang. So this is something where you look into your healing possibility and balance, figure that something about, where you could feel abundance. Because in the first card, right, it was like the opposite. With the sun out your house, you're not feeling best. So you're in a period of time where they're reminding you have this possibility. You're resting at your emotional anything, how you have to deal with this, and you're healing. But you got the star card and the sun, and whatever that cherry continues to say to you.
yeah. What was it? Activating. It's gone. Once I say it and it comes out, it's like it's gone.
Yeah, right.
Let's see here. Okay. Next up, who's next? Okay. We have Rose is a member, so Rose is next. And
Ooh, it's a pinnacle one.
so we've got all right. Senate parliamentarian has cut 12 items from bill, including Medicaid cuts. Oh, that's great. Okay. I don't see a question in that. Maybe you were just making a comment.
That's great.
But yeah, that's good to know that they're going through it and getting rid of those horrible cuts. I mean, that's something that would have affected our family firsthand because my son has Medicaid. That's because of the PTSD from being in the service and doing 2 deployments. So it kind of messes with your head when that happens. And okay. All right, let's see here.
I'm glad to hear that, Maureen. She's just creating the community.
All right, so that means Amy is up next. Amy Warrior Princess.
Yeah, I think Amy is, right, Amy? I did a video with Amy. If you guys want to look up, just put Colorful Foresight and Amy Warrior Princess. So we did on it's Woo Woo, even for me, where she shares miracles. So
yeah, okay.
Yes, you'll be able to stay on Medicaid and Medicare. But they're going through a period of time where it's been like that, where there are some cuts here and there. But
will Amy keep her Medicaid and Medicare? I'm getting a really strong yes here.
Yeah, because I feel like, well, first of all, I think I saw somewhere, like, let's go practical, where it won't really be, they created where they delayed it for 2026. I guess because they don't want to, like, piss people off so much that they delay it.
Well,
2026,
part of what they did,
45, 47 is out of the picture,
They arranged it so that these cuts wouldn't go into effect until after the next administration comes in.
Yes, right. They don't want to affect the like midterm and all that. So for now, But what we're focusing on, guys, now, we should never like be too confident to keep people being aware about the election being stolen. People are not posting on it. Please post.
Fivecalls.org. If you go to fivecalls.org, you can put in where you're located at, and it will give you the 5 congressmen, senators, whatever, that you need to contact for your district where you are. It will give you 5 contacts, 5 phone numbers that
What is
you
it
can call 5 calls, the number 5, call, CALLS.org. And you go there and you get 5 people that you can contact for your point of view, and then call. And most times, especially if you have Republican leadership in your district or state, like me, I'm surrounded. They still, a lot of times, they don't answer their phone in their offices, but you can leave a message on their machine. And their people do listen to the messages. And if you get enough people calling and saying, hey, I'm going to make damn sure you don't get elected next go round if you don't do something about this. You know, if all they hear from are the right-wing billionaires and extremists, well, it makes it a lot easier for them to then do things that hurt the rest of us. We have got to let them know that, hey, this is not cool. And if you keep this up, we're going to replace you and find somebody else to sit in your seat. I mean, you know, you can have all the money in the world, but if you've got 1 million more voters voting against somebody or for somebody than what they would normally have, then that's going to make a huge difference. And now with the election stuff coming out and whatnot, everyone is really starting to focus.
You know what Terry in here is saying? She said she lived in a blue dot where she lived. 5 calls with no help. But here's the thing, Terry. The more that 47 go cocoa bananas, the less there's going to be more leaving MAGA. So maybe it didn't work before. It's like a ripple effect. You call again, some of the leaving MAGA is going to start calling in. Then you might see the ripple effect. So we have to it's like, I understand, you're like, why bother? However, at this time, he's pissing off a lot of people, even though I still see people around me that they don't see it because they only watch Fox. They're not watching this. So keep going. I don't even do that. I never called. I'm going to do the 5 call. I'm kind of embarrassed. But going back to Amy, we have to get, I think, the bigger picture of this, because I'm on Medicaid, so I understand. I have that fear. But I know you have disability, so you really need it in too many different levels. What is the bigger picture? Everybody keeps saying, oh, it's only for the red hat to see. No, it's for a lot of us to see in so many different ways, like whatever it means for each of us. For this idea of not being taken care of by the government. And so we're learning about not only that we can't just sit here and expect the politician to do anything. The politician's only so good as we, so we have to work together. But this idea of being taken care of, it's very scary. So the reason why I bring that up, because here we're feeling like we're alone, right? But they keep bringing up this too shall pass. It's like that other person. Somehow we have to get that energy, this too shall pass, and to connect from within. Because one thing it does is just bring up anxiety. This dark energy that's happening politically. We know we're seeing the light and dark thing. Easier said than done, by the way. They're making me more angry. They're making me feel this. They're making me feel that. They're doing that on purpose to make us forget the power that we have. Yeah. So that's including.
And they're more afraid of us and what we represent as we march and protest.
So this idea of not being
out is
we're working that as a collective, you know?
Yeah, I mean, just don't let them shut you up. I mean, as long as we still have that ability to speak out, and don't give up, don't give in.
The election. Focus on the stolen election. Especially people from outside the USA. Why you're doing this? I know you're not like a martyr, but this would benefit you because this global far right, as you know, it's a global issue. He's working with a lot of shady dictators and stuff like that. Get that word out because in the other country, your news are telling it and showing it like it is. And that would be a ripple effect to the USA and all that. Does that mean that Kamala going to be a president or not? At this point, we don't know. But the point is, because we've seen what happened in Romania. What would have happened if it wasn't stopped Romania? It was clear, at least for me, there was some kind of domino effect they were going to do, the dictators, because the USA, the stolen election, then Romania. Then we saw in South Korea, they would do martial law. They were planning some kind of like domino thing. So because of we, the people in Romania, and South Korea, it was stopped. The USA were a little bit slow because we're not used to it. We're first world country. We're kind of clueless a little bit. So, it goes back to the power of the people. All right, what's the next question? I'm sorry. I'm getting distracted.
All right, next one up is Anna Iva.
Will I find love with a man I know already? He's a Leo. Okay. Boy.
If you don't communicate now, marrying him is not going to make it any better.
Yeah, I was going to say
I'm sorry to say.
They're telling me who they. I guess the spirit guide. You already know the answer.
Yeah, Anna's looking for confirmation here.
You know the answer. And one of you not stable, so I'm not sure who is the unstable one. And one of you is strong like a rock. So the one who's strong like a rock, they're not telling me which one is that, got to realize that the other one is not stable. So there had to be a give and take. The other person is not giving. The Leo. So he's the Leo.
Yep. First thing I got for you is justice.
Yeah. Look
again.
Oh, can we pick that up? Look, Cherry.
Yeah, justice. There we go. We both pulled justice. That's that balance. That's getting very clear on what you want in this relationship, because you sure don't want to become somebody's doormat just because they're that important to you and you may not be that important to them. So make sure that there's a balance there, that what you're feeling is reciprocated back to you. And then I drew the Page of Pentacles. So there's ambition, there's desire, there's that need, excuse me, and that want to be with someone who loves you, that you love, so that you've got that person with you to walk through your life with. The problem that a lot of people make is that they are so eager for that kind of relationship that they jump in with both feet for someone that just says hi. And I'm not getting a real strong reciprocal feeling. I mean, I'm feeling like most of this emotion and everything is coming from you towards him, but I'm not seeing it coming back the other way. Now, does that mean that won't change?
Right.
Of course not, because there's free will. There's people, as they get to know you, maybe in the beginning they're thinking, yeah, I'm not interested in that person. But once they get to know you and get to find out what kind of person you are, that can change how they feel about you. And when you're talking about being with someone that you love, you want to make damn sure that they love you back, at least at the same level that you love. Otherwise, there's a real good chance of being used as a doormat. I mean,
That's what you're
I was
hearing.
engaged. I was engaged 3 times before I met my late husband, and every time, even though it was devastating with the breakup, it was like months later. I looked back and thought, "Oh, thank God, I didn't make that mistake." But I had to get away from it in order to gain that perspective of knowing, yeah, this is not good for me. And it wasn't until I met my late husband that I realized the difference between what I was feeling in that relationship and what it was to be with your soulmate. And that's a real different kind of feeling. And not all of us are lucky enough to experience it. I mean, I've had people ask me why I haven't remarried. It's like, because I kind of lucked out the first time. Seems kind of selfish to ask for it again. I'm at a stage of my life where it's like, if I meet somebody, great. And if I don't, that's okay too. You have to be happy with you first. You have to be fulfilled with you first, because that other person is not going to fill up those holes that you feel are in your heart. Only you can do that. And so you have to work on you, of working to the point of literally being able to walk away from something, because you're not being all tied up in a knot and relegated to one way to be and only that way. And that's no good. I mean, with a true relationship of companions, a lover, a friend, a spouse, you want that companion to be all of those things. And if most of that's missing, or if some of it's missing, then you're not, even though you may be happy to a certain level, you're not going to be happy all the way down into the bottom of your soul, because they're not here on this earth to fill up your holes. That's your job for yourself. And you just have to work on it. And I would manifest it in such a way to divine source of, as you work on me to be ready for person fill in the blank, please continue to work on them to reciprocate. You want it to be a partnership, especially when you start talking about love, possible marriage, possible children. It's a partnership. It's not you being controlled by the other person, because that's not a partnership. If you understand what I'm saying.
Well, what's interesting, that Anna's like, I feel to have happiness with him. He had a serious reason he can't communicate. First of all, just as you guys know, even if you get like top 5 psychic, always listen to your intuition. However, what we both got, because don't make anybody, we both got the Justice and 6 of coin kind of vibe. So what it means is that you're already more than he is. So that's what she's been saying. Like, I hope you heard this. Like, it's not like a give and take thing. It's like you're more this way and he's more the one with the walls and you said it's complicated. So you have to see, like, how much are you going to allow this? Could it change? Anything is possible. But what we keep getting is the justice card. So there's the imbalance.
And that's that balance. Yeah. When the relationship is out of balance, things are not going to go right.
So what if you could figure that out? But right now,
you know, and maybe he feels exactly the same way about you and just doesn't know how to express it, or how to, you know, how to show that. Some people just don't have that capability. It's just not in their DNA to be like that.
Yeah.
And so that again is where you have to go to spirit and say, okay, you're going to have to show me, is this just because of the way he is in the world when dealing with anybody else? Or is this person behaving this way because they really don't feel the same way about me that I feel about them? And like I said, I mean, today we're getting one set of energy. It could change tomorrow. He could wake up tomorrow morning with a complete epiphany and go, oh my God, she's right there. She's been right there in my face all this time. Why did I not see it?
Right. But the lesson is the spiritual message. Is it, you know,
the balance. You got to keep the balance. You got to keep that balance.
Like, it's not even. It's like you're the one. Yeah. Okay. I know we have other questions.
Okay, Ann. Yeah. Next up, Emily Dixon. You still here, Emily? I hope you're still here. My daughter left a domestic abuse situation. He's trying to get custody. The first thing I heard was make sure you have all the documentation. Yeah, I mean, if you're going to court, don't go thinking that you're just going to boo-hoo to the judge and everything's going to work out fine. Go with documentation. Make sure you've got your hard cold facts. Make sure you've got the recordings of how he treated you or the children. Make sure you have the medical reports to show what kind of abuse that you were going through, or psychological abuse that you're going through. You got to bring the receipts. That's what they're telling me. You got to bring the receipts. You got to know. You got to be willing to show everyone where you're at in this relationship. She got the courage to leave. Thank God. That's step one. How many people stay in an abusive relationship because they're either A, too scared to leave, B, convinced they can never make it on their own, C, fill in the blank of whatever else may happen in that area. But she's already taken the hardest step, and that was she got out. And she got her kids out. Make sure she has a good lawyer. Like I said, bring the receipts. Make sure you've got your evidence, your proof, your witnesses lined up and ready to go in, swear in a court of law. This is what I witnessed. This is what I saw. This is what happened. They're not telling me yes or no of how it's going to happen. So that's telling me there is still a lot of things kind of up in the air as far as final decisions, because again, free will, people change their minds. But the strongest message, and they keep repeating it to me, is bring the receipts, have all your documentation ready to go, have your witnesses who are willing to testify on your behalf, ready to go. You want to be able to walk into that courtroom knowing that half of the room has got your back already. And yeah, that's they just keep repeating that to me over and over again.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Sylvia, I kind of jumped on top of you there before you went.
I saw the Three of Cups. So definitely witness who've seen the abuse, because there are women who lie, and
Oh,
the
yeah.
father is a good person. So that's why they're not going to automatically go, oh, she's the mother, and so that's why Terry mentioned all those things. You need proof, because these people don't know who your daughter is. He's manipulated. He's a very manipulated person. He does want wellness for the kids, but he is manipulative, and he does have connection or money or connection. So that's why it was very important you heard everything what Cherry said about having those things set in stone. Um, that way you will have more of a justice. And your daughter's very emotional, so just tell her that take it day by day. She has to be very focused for the court case, and have a certain energy of, I just want us to have what's best for the children. That's what I'm getting. Not like I want the children all for me. Just I want what the best for the children. That kind of vibe with a different energy. Um, and
Oh,
just
yeah.
have, rather than get all emotional, I mean, she's going to get emotional, but it just fact matters, because that's the proof in the pudding. And they will see that she's stable, because you could be, coming out of a domestic situation, but be really not emotionally ready. And that could affect that as well. So I'm just validating everything that Shari said. 'Cause look, you got community, right? So that's the witness. We had the Three of Cup, that witness, that's more, people that seen what he's about. Because again, there are women that lie, and he's very smart, manipulative. So you have to be on top of that. Otherwise, I feel like justice will be served
Mm-hmm.
but you have to be prepared. But then you'd be surprised how many people are not prepared or anything like that, though.
Oh, yeah.
And
So
let's
I hope that helps, Emily.
Emily in a month.
Keep us posted. Let us know.
Delay, by the way, the court thing. I don't know why. It might be a delay. So, but yeah.
Okay, Brena, you're next. A general reading for fall. Okay.
But not for the summer. You want it for the fall? Okay.
Yeah. She's got summer lockdown. She's ready for the fall. You still here, Brena?
No, entertainment purposes only. If you do, you better tell Cherry that, and she'll tell me. Oh my God, you're talking about it for real.
Oh, yeah, she's still here.
No,
it's a job, kind of.
Here.
Okay. Okay. So she's a general reading, but it's kind of wrapped around employment, a job for the fall. Okay, gotcha.
A job?
Yeah, that's what she said. It's a job thing. So evidently there's a job
Okay.
for fall. So that's why she's asking for fall. That makes sense.
It always helps when you get a little more specific. Cause then
You want me to go or are you ready?
yeah, one thing you worry about, there's so much competition. You feel like you're not really updated, when it comes to job situation. You feel like you're falling a little behind. So one thing, without getting too rude, Spirit states surrender those fears and kind of go with your heart. Like see yourself very strong. You're the type that people want to hire you, because those fears, the same kind of legit. You need to update whatever your skills are, but people are still looking for. First of all, when you're in that heart love vibe, we're gonna get woo woo. You do attract better, regardless of your situation, because it goes back to what Sherry said I forget which person was, like sometimes things will be manifest in ways you never thought. You know, like it could be anything. So that kind of vibe. Because I'm seeing possibility. Let me show you cards. I'm seeing you can do it. But right now you've been kind of like taking a break and resting because you've been so worried about what do I offer for this job in the fall because there's so much competition. And because things are changing so fast with the Wheel of Fortune. But somehow it's an energy thing for you, not just a practical thing like I have to go to school and which it's more like following your heart. You're doing something about following your heart, but also surrendering to this idea of I'm not on top of things right now. You let it go and leave it to God, so to speak. And the possibility will grow because when you have those fears, we have a server error. Maybe it's on my part. You still hear me? I'm still here.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe my internet. Okay. So what do you
I
want to do that?
see you fine.
Okay, good. Long as you see me.
You're not glitching at all. So
good. I feel like I'm glitching.
I have those feelings all the time. Okay, Brena. Starting out with the 7 of Wands. So you're looking at challenges. You're looking at needing to draw on your self-courage to deal with those challenges that are coming your way. So it's not in a bad way. It's you want to make sure that you're following your courage and you're following your strength because that's what's going to help you walk into this new situation in the fall. That's going to be a game changer for you. That's what they're telling me, game changer. And then I drew Ace of Pentacles. That's a new start. That's something brand new. That is confirmation right there that you're looking at starting at something new. A new opportunity, more prosperity. So this is what the Ace is bringing to you there. And then I ended up with the 9 of Cups, and that's emotional stability. That's happiness. That's feeling very satisfied about your life. So you're looking at the fall. You're looking at a possible job. Well, it's telling you you're going to be very satisfied with what happens in the fall. You've got new things happening, new things coming. You just got to have the courage to step out, reach out, and meet it, and just say, yes, that's mine, and I'm claiming it. And of course, it's the 7 of Wands, which is brings to the forefront that there will be challenges to this, but that's okay because you've got the courage to meet those challenges. So you don't have to worry about that. It's like challenges, smallenges. Get out my way. I'm going to show you what can be done. That's where you're coming at from the fall. So know it, believe it, claim it. Spend your summer visualizing what is your new office going to look like? How are you going to decorate it? What color schemes are you going to use? What kind of furniture are you going to have? What about your clothing? Does it require special clothing for you to have this new job? Well, then start envisioning how you're going to look in those clothing. What kind of things do you need to buy? If you put it all in your head and you manifest it out that it's a done deal, then Spirit is going to work with you saying it's a done deal. And that's what I'm getting. Okay. That's what I'm getting. So keep me posted. Let me know how it goes. Because I'm nosy and I'm going to want to know.
Me too.
All right. Mary is next. And would like to know if 45 is going to be taken out of office by the end of the year. From your words to God's ears. I'll be honest with you. I mean, I did a similar reading on this a couple of weeks ago. And then I did a show with Linda G, and course, we're talking politics when we were doing our show. And she stopped at one point and she asked me pretty much the same question that you're asking me. Where do I see him by the end of the year? And I got a really strong flash, hit, premonition, whatever you want to call it. And it just came over me again when I read your question. I don't see him here at the end of the year. Now, does that mean he's, gone? Or does that mean he's been taken out of the picture? But the thing of it is I don't see anybody in his administration here either. Now, could I be wrong? Oh, hell yeah. I've been wrong before. I'll be wrong again. I'm hoping that this is one thing that I'm not wrong about. But I keep seeing something really big happening end of August, September in that area. Something major, something that's going to literally clean house on the White House. And they're going to all be gone. Now, is that what's going to happen? I can't guarantee that because that's just one vision, one avenue that I am being shown. But of course, it still relies upon free will, what people decide to do, what are some of the choices that they make. And then to add on top of that with this, you're looking at what does the law say? What does the Constitution say? How do we go back to enforcing what's already established as written law, what's already for 200 plus years, our written Constitution, which is not a black and white piece of paper. It's this way all the time or get out. It was written to be a living document so that it would be updated and changed as society changes. And at least our founding fathers had enough good sense to realize what is relevant and what's happening with them in that moment in time is not going to be relevant and the same 100, 200, 300, 400 years from now. They had the intelligence to realize we have to write this in such a way that it can grow and expand as society changes and as society grows and expands. So, and like I said, I could be totally wrong on it, but I just don't see him here by the time Christmas gets here. And it's like, please, Santa, let's deliver on this. All right. That's what I've got. So,
yeah. Well, there's the reason why Sherry and she done, even though the reason why some people channeled a little bigger, and there's also a reason why she's, mingling with like Linda and Arthur and Mel and all that. For me, the election actually made me more insecure because then I'm like, I told her this right after the election. I'm like, well, am I going to trust what I feel? Because I saw this and saw that. So I'm a little hesitant. And that being a real person, of student of woo-woo, to pretend like, woo, I don't know if I want to answer that. One thing I will say is that never give up. And the energy is changing. The fight, it's not just white supremacy, the masculine thing, the fighting to what is that word? Death roll, whatever that expression is. The fighting till the end. So don't get too confident, but don't give up. It's what we do every day. One of the things we have to do, I'm getting, is live your dream, follow your heart. What they want to do is make us give up, fight with people, not fall in love. Dark energy, dark energy, dark energy. Pissed off. Just because we're people of light, they're triggering all our worst aspect to us. That's what they want. So rather than giving you like, is he going to be out by 2025? I'm getting that we are working literally moment by moment, where he is creating war. We got to be really focused on not only taking this seriously, but also do think. I know it sounds like kind of contradictory, but do things that you love, because what happened is everything's a mirror. If you have fears in falling in love, you have fears about getting a job, you have fears about that, you're kind of supporting this energy of division, of not having progress and all that. So that's the only message I have. I came to tell you about the 2025 because after the election, there's a part of me that needs to heal with that. So, but I've heard what Sherry said, and I've heard others that said similar to her. And by the way, though, just like I say with confident people are getting tired of him, even though there's still so many MAGA that's sick of that still think he's awesome. I was hanging out with my cousin who's like, oh my God, the New York City mayor is a freaking socialist and all that stuff. I'm like, it's still a mess. But every day they're more leaving MAGA, kind of like that person who's saying, I live in a dot. I tried calling those 5 representatives, and it was no, because a lot had changed the past week or two. So people who are getting tired of it, so the ripple effect of getting bigger and bigger, where it's less of and so you try again. That's why we got the card of, regardless of how it's seen, never give up.
Mm-hmm.
So we're literally creating at the moment. That's why she keep talking about free will. It's literally that.
Yeah, things are just so.
And this is what they want us to do, distraction.
Chaotic, and this is what he thrives on, chaos, and things are very chaotic. When things get very chaotic, people don't function normally. It's a proven biological fact that when we're under great stress and a lot of chaotic things happening around us, our brains do not process normally, and so we don't think in a way that we normally would think about things, because we don't process that information. And it's not something that we can help. It's because of the stress and the chaos that surrounds us. And so, that's another reason to take that 5 minutes every day and just have that quiet time. Go sit outside with that first cup of coffee in the morning and just focus on drinking that cup of coffee and not letting anything else interrupt that time.
But one of the good signs is that, and it's not really the best for us in the U.S., all these people are laughing at him. When I thought somebody who was like, she was a healer, and she said one of the ways she will work with entities, which I'm not touching, is that she would laugh at them. In my mind, if you laugh at him, he'll do anything. He'll be pissed off. He won't care if he would press that button or whatever. Knock on wood. But the fact that he laughed at is weakening.
Yeah, I mean
it's weakening.
It
might be possible now that I think about it, but at the same time, they're telling me take it seriously. I know some of you like, I am taking it seriously. No, some of you are not taking it seriously, because you should be focusing on living your life. I know it's like, if you really want to be the mirror and you're a spiritual person, not only be proactive and all that, stop focusing on what other psychics said. Be proactive. Also use your intuition. Also listen to other psychics. But it's like, you don't like the fact that this is the unknown and it makes you uncomfortable. Guys, we're in the unknown. We're in an unknown period. But at the same time, he is weakening. So that's good news.
Yep. Okay, let's see. Patricia is next. Patricia, you still here, darling?
Is she here? I'm getting like a fun vibe from her.
Really? Yeah, I mean, Me too. That's what I was feeling like. Yeah, let's have some fun.
Yeah, like the guy, they're like, hey, Patricia here.
Patricia.
Bad. Yeah, I like your energy. Oh. Who else is on the list, Cherry? Like, read it out.
Yeah. I don't see Patricia here. Oh, there she is. She's here.
Patricia.
She just popped in. Yeah, I'm here. Okay.
I don't know why, but you guys have like that. We got you. They're like that kind of vibe. You must be a character.
I pulled for you, allowing it to arrive. Arriving at a beautiful point in your life because you allow it. Receptive energies, flow, ease, grace, and good fortune. Basically, this card is telling you that your soul chose to incarnate into this time-space reality to experience expansion in all its forms.
Wow, that's deep.
Because we're in the process of expanding and moving on to the next level, I guess, would be an easy way to put it. Yeah, I'm trying to see if there's anything else with this particular card. Share love in whatever way you can. A kind word, a loving walk for a pet, a call to a friend. Yeah, okay, that's what I'm getting for you. You got anything, Silvia?
Yeah. I mean, you're getting yourself, I mean, in a jokey way, you're getting yourself in a messy situation, Patricia. You're getting mixed up with things that you shouldn't be getting mixed up. I don't know, I see the Empress and Emperor, so I don't know if that's literally a relationship or something. You're not paying attention to your spirit guide, and that's number one. They're telling me. The guys are telling you you're not listening. Go listen. You're getting mixed up in something that you shouldn't be getting mixed up in. That makes sense before I go further, Patricia? A lot of it is because you're confused on what's your next step. And you're kind of lighthearted. So, is she there? So spirit guide saying that focus, because you're not even paying attention. Look at it. Here's the spirit guide talking to you, and you're just focusing on here. So because of that, you're getting mixed up in things that making things a little. I need money for repairs.
Okay.
I think
Maria.
You have a problem with focusing, Patricia. But listen to your guide because they're going to give you insight. That's what they're trying. Like, they're trying to get your attention here and give you insight. So just do that. And you're going to get some kind of help through this couple or the two people. All right, what's next? Are we getting like too long here?
Maria, we're at an hour and 39 minutes. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 questions left. So
why don't you tell the name so the people that are waiting here, they'll know? Like the 4 people that
well, Maria, we're waiting for Maria to say if she's here or not. And then we've got Care Bear, and then Summertime, and then depending on time, we may have Anita K.
Okay, so everybody knows. It's not in order, by the way. It's whoever she saw. It's what spirit guide want for the people get read tonight. All right, Maria.
All right. Me and Philip break up. Just from a personal point of view, I don't like people that do. I don't like it when people give ultimatums. If you don't do this, then I'm going to break up. If you don't do that, then I'm going to move out. Okay, there's a door. Don't let it hit you with good Lord split you. Bye. That's my attitude.
He will move.
Maria's here, yeah.
Okay, so you're not losing the house at least.
No, it's what spirit is showing me is that it's coming across as a means to control by manipulating blah, 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 your feelings. If you don't do this, I'm gonna move. If you don't do this, I'm gonna take off and da da da. If you don't, call his bluff.
Yeah, cause I'm wondering if he's really,
and I realize you may still be really attached to Philip, and that's going to make it difficult. And again, free will comes into play because he could say this today and feel total opposite tomorrow. But part of the frustration of that is not I lost it. It went in one ear and right out the other again, which is why we talk over each other a lot. Because when spirit hits, it's like you got to say it right now or it's gone. What they're telling me is to just simply say, look, what is your problem? Make up your mind. What are you going to do? You're going to leave? I'll pack for you. Bye. If you're going to stay, then you have to become a partner in this venture together so that we're moving forward functionally.
I don't know. I feel like, maybe it's about like, telling him like, you're getting a lesson of, he's very mean to you. You're getting the lesson of like speaking up. Because he's so slow in action. Not even funny. I feel like you're about to maybe not deal with it, and you're gonna listen to yourself more and have new opportunity, whether it's in love with him or with another. But your mind is in a better state. Because maybe before you were not strong when it came to like how to deal with relationship mentally, but you're getting more mentally stronger because you're also listening your intuition. So it's kind of pretty much validating everything Sherry said. This is important though, how you communicate, because that would help whether it's with him or the next person, how you're communicating, like not dealing with the drama. It will shift to the next step where in the next step of your relationship, you would be able to have a stronger sense of self, and you'll be able to live in your heart more. So I'm getting with you and Flip, it's depending on how you respond to him.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, KL. Nice to meet you. I don't think
okay. Care Bear, you still here, darling?
He'll try, but it's not going to work out. That's what I got.
Hey Bear is here.
He's going to He's not going to be able to do anything political in the future. Unless we have to keep going strong. We want to keep that energy where the 47 is continued to be weakened. What do you think? The first thing that came to me is no. But for your entertainment purposes.
He's been talking about this. In the future, yes, I do see more parties being developed, and we will be the healthier for it. Right now, I don't see it happening. Simply because there is so much corruption, there is so much illegality that's been going on basically since going all the way back to 2016. He's Donald doesn't care if he's a president or not. That does not flip his switch.
Oh.
He just doesn't want to go to jail. That's what, and he's, of course, driven by his ego. He wants everyone to bow down and to curtsy and the yes, my lord, and whatever, my lord, and da 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 da. That ain't gonna happen, and he's starting to realize it. I think a lot of the people that he surrounded himself with were the sycophants, the ones that he can do no wrong. Whatever he says is gold. I know a lot of parents that would like to be able to harness that ability and give it to their kids when they're little. What I keep picking up is that if he tries to push it into being too soon, that it's going to backfire major big time on him. Yeah, that's all they're saying to me. So I see him trying, but he's not going to succeed just because the country is not ready yet to go in that direction. In order for that to be successful, you're going to have at least half of the country that's ready to jump on board with him.
But he doesn't have a lot of people that love him right now. So even if that does happen, like you said, more apart, he had more haters than, well, I don't know if it's more haters, but more people that went against him than 47. So what's the next question?
All right. Next up, we've got summertime. My partner went silent and deserted the relationship over meaningless arguments. What makes it even harder is that he was obsessed with me before. What is going on?
He's petty. That's what I'm hearing. He's petty.
Petty. Annie Bear, calm down, baby. He's driving me crazy with that whining.
He's just petty and he's a manipulative. He couldn't get what he wanted. And you're just like, you're going to just keep your harmony and your peace within yourself. And he just can't burst that bubble of yours, that summer sunshine vibe. He's obsessed with you, but his pettiness, not getting things his way, what happened. Somebody could be obsessed with you, but when the relationship happened and he's not getting things his way, then he doesn't like it. He's a runner type too, so that's what I'm getting. What about you, Cherry? But you're like a sunshine lady. Look at that sun. Your light too bright for him. Okay.
Yeah, I'm getting that And I've been getting this a lot tonight. I realize I probably start to sound like a broken record. I keep getting this manipulation.
Yeah, well, I guess that's what it is.
Manipulation, trying to control another person to function the way they want you to function, not the way you function.
When Summer's saying she suspected it may be manipulative move, but she's not sure. Yeah. It's not always like what we think, like 47 kind of manipulation. It's just a characteristic in you. Like even good people, we do a little manipulative thing. It's just that's what's coming about.
Thank you, beautiful butterfly, for the super sticker. That was really sweet of you. I didn't realize you had put one up. I'm just now getting down that low. I'm getting to where it showed up on the thing. Okay, Anita, are you still here? Miss Nita. ATC. Yeah. Health. Anita, going once, going twice.
3 times 80. Oh, no. Okay.
All right. So, no, she's here. Okay, good. Got to give people time to run back to the keyboard so they can type, I'm here, I'm here. If they're like me, they plug in an earbud and then walk away from the computer screen. And
Anita, I'm just curious. Do you have anxiety? Like I'm not doing health, but I feel like
you said anxiety, and I was like that. I was just getting ready to say something.
Oh, good. Okay.
I don't really do health questions because I'm not a doctor.
I don't know who we're picking up. Look at that. Look like that.
Yeah.
There's something stressing you out. Well, the health, I guess. But what's going on up here? What are you going to say, Sherry, since you're already in a...
Well,
sometime. I'm getting
the biggest thing I was picking up was start drinking lots of water. You want to flush your kidneys and your bladder. Start drinking lots of water.
Oh.
I don't know why they told me that, but that's just what they said. Drink water.
Anita been juicing.
Maybe too many talking at once. Drink water if you can afford it, if you have insurance or whatever, for an annual physical. Just go in for a checkup. I feel like they're telling you get your blood pressure checked. And have them look like a urine sample or something. Just have them look kidney function and whatnot. And not to say that any of those things are an issue. They're just saying check this. So that's what I'm telling you. That's what they gave me. Go to the doctor, get your blood pressure checked, get your kidneys checked. You make sure you're not developing a UTI, you're a urinary tract infection, or that you're developing kidney stones, or that, take your pick. But I just keep getting check your blood pressure, check your kidneys.
Wow, that's detailed. I wish I was that detailed.
Sometimes it just is like they all talk at once, and I'm like, okay, wait, one at a time.
That's great. Everybody to talk about how they
And
get
other nights, there are nights when it's like I have to draw a card for every answer because they're just not talking to me that night.
right.
Tonight, they're really chatterboxes.
Yeah.
They're not shutting up. Okay, that's what I got for you, Anita. So,
Get kidney stone. No fun. Anita was saying.
yeah, okay, so yeah, then it's not fun, and you definitely want to catch it before it gets too far.
Well, that's why she's probably juicing and all that. Now I get it. Yeah.
Um, again, I know I say this a lot because this is what grounds me and keeps me kind of in the here and now is take that 5 minutes in the morning, that your first cup of coffee, go sit outside where nobody else is around and just take 5 minutes and just sip on your coffee and just kind of relax your brain, quit thinking about things. I know that's hard to do. And check your blood pressure. They keep saying check your blood pressure.
Maybe
So
that's why.
you may be it's like I know I take blood pressure medicine, and it's not because anything is drastically crazy or anything. It's because I'm like just barely over the line. The top level, I'm like just right over the line. So I take a very, very low dose of medication for it because I refuse to eat vegetables. So
Which Anita don't have a problem with.
it took me years to train my doctor to say, oh, never mind, you're not going to eat that. Here, take a pill. Because in the beginning, you'd be like, well, if you incorporate this in your diet or if you cut that out on your diet. And I just look at him and say, no, give me a pill. I'm not eating green food. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. Just give me a damn pill and I'll take the pill every day. It's so
Now
shot.
you can't
He
even take
catches himself.
Yeah, you can take a green shot. It tastes nasty, but you'll get it all.
No, I don't eat green food. Not ever. I don't. Well, no, I can't say not ever. I do like lettuce,
Green M&M.
and I do like green beans, whole green beans. They can't be sliced, diced, cut, nothing.
Really?
Because there's something they don't taste right. They have to be whole. The whole long green bean.
Garlic. Mm-mm.
So that's just one of my little
idiosyncrasies.
secrets.
I'm not going to sell it to Sherry. She's like, celery and cucumber is a wonderful juice.
Yeah, no. No. Not going to happen. All right, KL. Last one.
I'm glad you all still here.
Yeah, no, KL, hold out. Don't settle. Don't settle for peanuts. They're accountable for what they've done. You make them pay. I'm assuming you have a good lawyer. I hope you have a good lawyer. But yeah, don't settle for the insulting amount of money that they're asking, that they're offering you. That's an insult. Tell them F off. That ain't gonna happen.
Well, play, you don't make it sound tasteful. Good, fuddy green bean. That's why you get a nectarine if you don't like pieces. Nectarine is good. It's smooth.
I guess it would help if I put the question up.
My question is about my job. I'm woefully mistreated waiting settlement. They offered a ridiculously low money. I refused, so still waiting.
Yeah, don't accept an insulting offer.
It's gonna take a while though. That's what I'm getting.
Yeah, it doesn't happen overnight. It does not happen overnight. I know.
They're gonna
Yeah.
ask. They're gonna actually play around a little bit and confuse you. It's a tactic. It's a tactic thing. It could
Oh
be the
yeah. The longer they can make you wait, the happier they are, because they figure if they can make you wait long enough, you'll give up and quit. Don't give them the satisfaction of that.
gonna take a bit. That's what I keep getting. But it's kind of good to know that that's gonna take a bit. You know, because they're doing the, kind of like delaying. It's like kind of like what 47 does. He keeps delaying the process. You know, it's kind of like that. But just know that. That way you can make it through it. It's delayed, tactic to confuse you. You got to do this, you got to that. But it's good to know. Oh, okay. This is what it is. There's something about that. You knowing. It's like, okay. And I think it goes back to what Sherry said. Just keep your, um, you know,
Yeah, don't
be firm about it.
because the first couple of times they offer you a settlement, they're going to offer you the least amount they think they can get away with paying you. Just tell them no. When you're ready to be seriously to talk about this, come back. I know I had got injured on the job. That's how I got hurt.
It kind of
A
almost
week after my husband died, they called my lawyer up and offered like this insulting low level of money to settle for. He didn't even call me about it. He just told them, when you're serious, call me back. And he hung up on him.
it's almost like you're doing it for principle kind of thing.
Yeah.
I don't know why that's important for you, but that's what I'm getting. It's been going on since 2023, so yeah, been.
Yeah, and don't let them insult you with their offer.
Even if, let's say, you settle, long you're doing it, you know what I mean, like on your
Yeah.
terms.
Yeah.
But you're not. They're showing me like it's going like this, on circle, delay, confusion, things like that. Course system sometimes.
Well, guys, we've been at this over 2 hours, and I
Thank you.
gotta
Oh, she's getting
pee
tired.
really bad.
Well, she's gonna fall asleep. So thank you for inviting me, Sherry.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm glad. Like I said, we hadn't connected in a while. We've both been busy, so I'm glad that that you were free tonight.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
so,
I'm really please, do subscribe to my channel. Give me some ideas what you would like to see. I don't really do readings, so give me ideas about what woo-woo channel. And also, if you have a really good topic that Sherry and I could do in 2 months from now, let us know. And also remember,
yeah,
again, in your own life, which had to do with politics, believe it or not, because everything connected, right? Everything is like what one thing's happened, what the other things. So we're we're in a very serious time. We are with the unknown. It's uncomfortable. Even like some of the best psychics we follow. I mean, even like Sterling, psychic medium, and Cherry and everybody.
yeah, like I'm on his level.
I have to add that in. I mean, on her channel, I have to make her feel good, So the unknown, like somehow we have to be okay with it. I don't know how, because I'm trying to figure that out. Because
yeah,
that's so uncomfortable. But they're like, live your life. So do things that had to do with the opposite of your fears, because somehow that would help counteract where we're at. Okay? Yeah.
Exactly.
So we gotta go because
I gotta be. And thank y'all so much.
I've got the wavy hair. No, anyway.
Thank y'all so much for spending some time with us tonight and for hanging out for so long. And for those that I missed your question or couldn't get to your question, come back Saturday night for the slumber party and 10 o'clock Central every Saturday night. Slumber party.
I'm in bed by that time. But what good is there are other people like yourself, also the people who are 3 hours behind. Then you got all these international people here too.
Yeah. We have a lot of fun for the slumber party.
And that's it.
I don't know. I've got a date book somewhere, but I can't tell you. I don't think I have anybody with me this week.
You're still working full time?
Yeah, I still work 10 hours a day.
Oh, okay. That's why on a Saturday you can't have off that day.
Yeah, so I tend to pile most things up on Saturday so that Sunday I can rest.
10 hours a day?
Before I go back to work on Monday. Yeah. 10 hours a day, Monday through Thursday, and then half a day on Friday. So,
okay.
Yeah. No.
Alrighty. I see you with next year being able to work with your hours better.
Yeah, I hope so. I've got just 6 more years to go. I can retire. I'm almost there. I'm working on it. Y'all have a wonderful evening. Thank you so much for hanging out with Sylvia and me. And
give a little bit of money to Sherry so she can retire early. Hint, hint.
A couple of million would be nice. I could retire on that. Yeah, wouldn't that be lovely? Win the lotto.
Okay.
I finally remembered to buy a ticket, and now I can't find the ticket to check it to see if I won.
You guys notice the Powerball I think is still $2, but the Mega at $5.
Oh wow!
It's more money, but you probably have less people playing it, so maybe the
I don't know. I always forget to buy a ticket, and one day I was in the store and I was like, I'm gonna buy a ticket, and I did, and it's been sitting over here in a pile of paperwork that I haven't had time to even check it to see if it won anything.
That's what your $11 million is. It's in there.
There you go. Waiting for me to check the ticket. All right, y'all. Y'all have a great evening. Thank you. Bye.